Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you are having a stunning one out there. A beautiful morning, a great afternoon, a quieting down evening, whatever you're looking for in the day. I hope that that's what you're getting. But today, what we are getting is a little bit of Sparks. We're going to listen to the album Number One in Heaven, the 8th studio album by the band Sparks, released in 1979. We're listening to this because quite a few of you had suggested this album. I've seen the name of it pop up every once in a while throughout, just the time here on the channel and such. And I figured, you know what? Let's go ahead and actually dive into it. Just a deep dive straight on into it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Some of you, there's going to be more than I mentioned, but some of you that I know for sure that had recommended this particular album, or at least the track, or at least mentioned it in some capacity. I see GP Reactions here. I see Jeremy B. I see Mr. Jimmy Fletcher. I see LSTR, Dask Music, Terry B. Nad, Ken L. You mentioned this one as well. John Walsh, Maggots 1211, Craig Martin, Harry Polamaki, Canadian Stud Muffin, I Got You, Philip Chambers, Benjamin Tinker, and the list goes on and on from there. Our Triple R Audio Visual Median, Alan Bruce Ray. It's a long list. I'm scrolling and I'm at 4 years right now looking through. So thank you guys so much for the suggestion. We've listened to Sparks' first album. We've listened to a couple of other tracks here and there. And this will be the next full one that we're listening to. We're just going to dive straight into it. Why not? Why not? There's no reason. Why not? Get the plugs out the way if you don't mind. Press the like button immediately before we even get into the music. Helps a great deal. The Buy Me a Coffee is there. If you have a song request or even an album request, you can go ahead and visit that. Skip the line. It's like a fast pass. You don't have to, but it's a guaranteed way to do so. Patreon for exclusive content. Yada, yada, yada. Let's go ahead and dive into the album. I have my coffee lined up here. Just a light brew today. Nothing crazy. Just a little something. I had my lunch literally just before this. I had a leftover burger from my cheat day, and it's extended to a cheat weekend, so I just had that, but I can't waste it. So yeah, I had a burger, and then 20 minutes later, having the coffee. Nothing wrong with that. Got a stomach made of iron. Let's go ahead and dive into the album. We'll begin with the first song, which here is going to be Tryouts for Human Race, or Tryouts for the Human Race, I should say. And as always, my friends, this sip of light brew coffee is to you. Than Sparks I know. Hey. Nice drum fill here in this part. That's lifting. It is really cool to hear him in this direction. That makes you feel good, man. I like this ending synth line coming in. Well, we have entered completely new territory with the band. We have entered into a stratosphere that has, in my listening to the Sparks, even though it hasn't been that much, is completely different. Way, way different than what we've heard before. I did forget to mention, I do know that this album was produced and features Moroder, Giorgio Moroder. So I did expect it to have a little bit of a more, I guess, synth-led kind of aspect. But yeah, this one has pretty much gone full disco at this point. His synths are so like obvious that it's him. Like you can really get that feel in them, and they are so delightful to listen to. Just a couple weeks ago, we listened to Donner Summer, so this is kind of revisiting, in a sense, that kind of disco sound, and it's perfectly in line. That album as well was produced by Moroder, and here we're once again revisiting his particular slice of the universe. So it's a welcome slice, though. It's an absolutely welcome to come back here. But what I like is about, in this track, you're still getting that character and the theatrics that you would expect from Sparks. You're still getting their personality. It comes through wonderfully. Moroder is there just to kind of add a different side to them, to add a new outfit onto them, so to speak. And yet, of course, they are still the same person, just with different clothes on. And, I mean, you guys have told me this before, and we've gotten a little bit of evidence of it as we've listened to Sparks, but they really do experiment and change their music and change their outfits, so to speak. And they're not afraid to do anything different. Like when we listened to the track that was from Little Beethoven, to me, it was very Philip Glass inspired, in that kind of slice of classical music and minimalism and such. And here we're going in kind of the total opposite direction. We're going into something much more decadent and, of course, dance floor envious. This is a fun track to listen to, though. And when I first saw the name of the track, Trials for the Human Race, to be honest, I was thinking that it was going to be kind of a, I guess, a V situation in which aliens were trying to infiltrate like the human race, and so they were, because Sparks always comes up with this wacky kind of left field theme. It's part of their creativity, and perhaps like the aliens were having tryouts to be the most human, and then whoever the champion was, the selected few, they would be passed down to Earth to infiltrate us, kind of like a Men in Black situation or something. But nope, completely different.
Oh my!
way,
oh my!
Way off of what I was thinking in this one. And also, before we dive into the lyrics, I appreciate the musical aspect of it, not only just the synths, but keeping the drums in there nice and live, obviously playing a straight beat and straight bars here. But, the fills that are introduced were really fun and really tight in here as well. Drumming can be performed by Keith Forsey. And I like how, of course, disco doesn't always have a live aspect depending on who's playing it, of course. The synths and the drums can be programmed and stuff. And there are things in here that are clearly programmed or sequenced. But the drums were not part of it, at least not according to my ears. I thought this was a really, really cool track in this one. And a lot of little moments that kind of break up with, like, having the synths come in to lead a little bit more. There's that moment in the middle that when I would imagine it's Moroder coming in with that synth, and it comes a little bit more in brighter, kind of lifting us up kind of way, which is really, really cool there. But we're just gleams in lovers' eyes, steam on sweaty bodies in the night. The one of us might make it through, all the rest will disappear like dew. Pressure building, getting hot, give it all you got. When that love explosion comes, oh my, we want to be someone. And only one of you will be. Trials for the Human Race from Burlington to Bonn. We are 250 million strong. Trials for the Human Race from twilight till dawn. We just want to be someone. Can I tell you something? Obviously, the song is taking the point of view of a sperm and conception, and we're all just trying to be someone. Yes, sure. I like, of course, that perspective. I think that's a fun perspective, but also you could kind of apply that. Everyone, all of us, here and now, we all want to be someone. It may not be the someone you want to be, but we all want to be someone. And even later on, when the line comes in, we just want to feel the sun and be your little daughter or your son. Listen, yes, of course, we can read it from the point of view of which the song is entitling itself, but we'd also take that as something even deeper. Like, we all just want to be our parents' son, our parents' daughter. We'd all just want to be someone. We'd all just want to live up to certain expectations and yet make a name for ourselves and make something for ourselves. That's how I view it, kind of both ways. But we're the future and the past. We're the only way you're going to last. We're just pawns in a funny game, tiny actors in the oldest play. It's an angry sea we face just to get the chance to join the race. Gotta make it, gotta try, gotta get the chance to live and die. We must leave from here. Gotta make our play, gotta get away. Let us get out of here. We just want to feel the sun, be your little daughter or your son. We're just words that lovers use. The words that light that automatic fuse. And when that love explosion comes, my oh my, we want to be someone. And then, of course, that ending anthem, Trials for the Human Race from Burlington to Bonn. We are 250 million strong. I'm going to click the annotation for this one, for the Burlington to Bonn, because I feel like that part might be going over my head just a bit. People are having sex and babies everywhere, so the tryouts are going on in every city. I suppose now that I'm looking back at it, it's obvious. I suppose when I look back at the line, there wasn't much to discern from it in more than what it was. That's how it is. Let's move on to the next track here. It's a short album, by the way, in case you haven't noticed. It's only 6 tracks on here, but move through them we shall to the next track. Academy Award performance. That is tingly. Oh yeah, those are the Sparks vocals I'm looking for. fun, bouncy synth line. Oh, that part right there, that buzzy part that's ecstatic. Here's my neck. That's a headbang part. Ooh. Hurts my head. I like how that buzzy part comes in. Extra keys came in. See the drums adding so much here. It rolls. Long fill. This is the one, man. That track made my neck hurt. I'm gonna need a solid pass or some icy hot to rub on my back on that one. This one is definitely hitting that high energy. This is definitely an upper. If you were to take this, this is that chorus. When it gets into the chorus, that buzzy synth that Moroder's doing, that like that back and forth that he's playing, it just hits so hard. It's aggressive in just a purely stylistic way. It's hitting all the aesthetic in here, and that is great. Once again, though, what I'm loving is that Sparks are not losing their spark in this one. They are not, what's the word? They're not overshadowed at all by what Moroder's doing. Male, his vocals come through so brilliantly here in such a wonderful way, and I love how theatric and dramatic they are in a track like this, in which, at least in my ears and, from my very limited knowledge when it comes to like this genre, the vocals are not usually like that in a almost quasi semi-operatic kind of form. And yet here they are, and yet here they work. And it's just stunning to listen to. Like, you could put this track on with any disco playlist, and man, the dance floor would be filled just in 5 seconds flat. People would be jumping on this, asking the DJ, hey, who is this? And boom, you got people sparking up for sparks. This was just a really fantastic track. And I mentioned more Forsey before with the drums, and I'm going to mention them again. Those long rolls that he brings into, especially the back half of the track, are just tasty. Just tasty. They're doing an excellent job of just bringing in all these different sounds, all these different instruments, and making them work and mix up in a way that's satisfying to listen to, true to themselves, and so the band can hit the dance floor and still have meaning behind it all. It's hitting the right marks from all angles. I can't give it enough praise. This was a fantastic one. Play the Shark, Play the Bride, Joan of Arc, Miss Hyde. You're a girl with 1,000 faces to choose from. Do one. Do the Saint, do the Waif, do the Child. That was great. Great performances only come with some inspiration. Oh, what a great performance. Oh, what a great performance. That's a burger. That is such a man. What a convincing performance, an Academy Award performance. Well produced, clever lines, well rehearsed, well defined. There's a gold mine in what you do, but of course you know that. That's not bad, nor is that very good. So was that. On behalf of the guys you've known, here's your golden trophy. Repeats again. Play the scene natural. Drop the lights, drop the towel. No director can tell you what you should do. You'll do it. What panache. Oh, what style. Pack the house, pack the aisles. Everyone's in the dark when you're in the room. Those rumors. I mean, I feel like it's speaking about an actor or an actress who's just got that thing. It's like Peg from Steely Dan. Right? Like, unless I'm missing something, I think it's just talking about an actress. You're a girl with 1,000 faces to choose from. Do one. Great performance. Only come with some inspiration. What a great performance. Unless there's something sarcastic or ironic about it, which there very well could be. She's, he says, great performances only come with some inspiration. On behalf of the guys you've known, here's your golden trophy. Well produced, clever lines. Like she's lived these lives that she's performing. I don't know. I feel like there may be something more to this one. But I like this track a lot. Nothing with a control F, huh? I mean, is she doing a nude scene and so everyone's coming to see her? I don't know. Like I said, there absolutely may be some sort of subtext that's happening here. I may be reading this one just at a surface level. But I think it's just about an actress. Unless there's something I'm missing. I feel like there is something I'm missing. And then when someone comes in the comments and says, oh, this is what it is, I'm going to read that comment and I'll be like, oh, I see what you're talking about. Let's move on to the next track here. La Dolce Vita, The Sweet Life. Here we go. Sounds like the second track on Music for Airports. Or is it the third? I love the use of this pitching in with the volume fading in. Little squirms happening in the space of that. And a fade in with the drums. I got you. line that is. That is so classic, man. And the synth solo coming in after the chorus is genius. That is cool. A quick vocal stab.
Baby, you're looking younger every day. La dolce vita. I really mean it ain't just a day. La dolce vita. Gold diggers arise.
Man, that comes in hard.
Diggers are hungry 'cause gold diggers are we. Step up, follow me. Mirror, guys, there's zero in her eyes. La dolce
You know, as we're technically halfway through the album right now, and with the songs that we've covered so far, this may end up being one of the most economical albums ever. With the track listing, 6 tracks, a little over 30 minutes, and half of the album done already, and I can't, there's no fault in it. Like it just may be such strong material. I don't know how much maybe was left on the cutting room floor when they were making this album, but I can only imagine they were making songs and they got to number 6 and said, yeah, that's good. Why force it? We're having a great time. La Dolce Vita. The chorus is catchy, 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 catchy. La Dolce Vita. That is catchy. And then it's a small thing, but I love how after the chorus, after the last Dolce Vita, then we get a little bit of a synth solo in there. And the times that the solo comes in are always satisfying, always a great listen, and sounding just a little bit different. So it's not just like a repeated melody that comes in after the chorus. It's not just like stick this after the chorus ends and play the same thing over and over. No, there's actually some difference to the solos, and I really enjoy how that's playing. Now, obviously, I've mentioned that Marauder's playing a lot of the synthesizer here, but I've kind of failed to like really talk about like Ron Mail, who's also obviously handling keyboards and synthesizers. Now, because of Morota's influence, I can't help but just lean towards him doing a lot of the synth. But obviously, Mail's having a great deal of input, obviously, as well. And the two are nigh indistinguishable in how they're playing, I would imagine, and kind of from what I'm listening and hearing. But regardless, you hear a deep density and layer of keys and synths and sequencers and these different things that are constantly popping off through here. In this particular track, I love the opening and that very slow bring in elements by elements, music and instrument by instrument into the track, bring a lot of fade-ins. I love the vocalizer that comes in and that volume fading in. And in the spaces of that, adding these little squiggly, twinkly lines that, the keys begin to breathe life into the universe. And then the drums do that long fade in. You hear the rhythm coming like a train, and soon it arrives at the station. And we are off on a beautiful, beautiful journey there. And then in the midsection of this track, we get a similar thing. We have that almost vocal sample chord of the vocals that come in. Just a quick, and then it's gone, and then it's gone. And I thought that was a cool way of kind of referencing some of the technology and sounds from the beginning of the track and bringing it back in as kind of a musical callback about halfway through. This is, can I tell you? Can I do something really quick? Just listen, just bear with me, because I'm going to show you what this song, the imagery it gives me, but I'm going to try and do something for you. I'm gonna do something better. What if instead of giving you just a visual of what I was thinking, what if I tried to give you video? Like, this is what I think, right? Like, come on, you can't tell me this is... Oh, if I was lining that up, if I lined that up, man, I'm not gonna waste the time to do it right now. But if I lined it up, this makes me think of like a 80s workout and aerobic video, immediately. Let's go over these lyrics while we're here, huh? You're the only bank that's open all night, La Dolce Vita. Now that that's clear, can you give me a light, La Dolce Vita? Now that that's clear, when do we eat, La Dolce Vita? Now that that's clear, can I have another plate of your La Dolce Vita? Give me a slice of your life. Gold diggers are rise, gold diggers are hungry guys, gold diggers are we. Step up, follow me. Mira, mira, mira. Mira means look at me in Spanish, even though this is Italian, right? La Dolce Vita. There's lira in her eyes. Looking real bored is... No, mira me, look at me. Looking real bored is what you pay me for, La Dolce Vita. Looking real bored is as hard as scrubbing floors, La Dolce Vita. I'm overpaid, but still I'll ask for more, La Dolce Vita. Baby, all you've got to help the poor. After all, you got to help the poor. I catch a cold just by looking in your eyes. There's a hazard. That's just a hazard in the work of this kind. Baby, you're looking younger every day. I really mean it. It ain't just the pay. Just paying just to whisper sweet nothings in your ear. Very sweet, but absolutely nothing. Well, guess what it's immediately about. Gold diggers, there you go. Gold diggers arise, La Dolce Vita. Give me a slice of your particular pie of life. Let's go ahead and move on into the next side of the album, the next track here. Beat the Clock. I can imagine this one's going to be fast. That's what I'm thinking. Moderately. That's a deep sequence. like that rhythm they built. I felt like they were racing at the end there. That chorus here. That part. I guess the verse. Yeah, you do. I misspoke. The chorus is obviously the repeated beat the clock, beat the clock. That's fine. The verse though, as his vocals soar higher and higher, that's just tasty. That's a great moment in there. I love that, and the way that the synth and that sequencer specifically is varied as it like the way it rides along with him and he sings on top of that. That's gold right there in that little pocket. Speaking of pockets, when we have the drums that change rhythm, and then we get that really fun kind of back and forth playful synth and the way it builds up and repeats itself, that whole section while the drums are going off is a really, really fun one as well. This track, it's my least favorite out of the four now that we've listened to. Just to throw it out there. The beat the clock chorus, it's whatever. It's like overly repetitive and not like fun for me to listen to. It's just gotta beat the clock, gotta beat the clock. Okay, that's fine. But everything else around it, the verse and specifically that drum synth build up in the middle was absolutely fantastic. Really, really like that part. But the chorus, it's a little grating. You know, just for me personally, just for me, not you, for me. Gotta beat the clock, gotta beat the clock. Well, I was born a little premature. Mom just couldn't take no more. Had no time to learn to cry. Goodbye, mama, gotta fly. Bye, bye, bye. And I love how he goes up, up, up. Fly, fly, fly away, Clarice. Entered school when I was 2. PhD that afternoon. Never entered any sports. Didn't look too good in shorts. Got divorced when I was 4. You gotta beat the clock. Listen, you want to talk about beating the clock? You want to talk about time efficiency? Psst, he is on it. Well, I've seen everything there is, and I've done everything there is. I've met everyone but Liz. Now I've even met old Liz. No time for a relationship. Skip the foreplay, litter rip. Gotta be the, like, everything just done. Well, I did lots of traveling. Parts of me unraveling. The army, they rejected me. Said I had 2 flat feet. Wore them out when I was 3. You gotta beat the clock. No, it took no time to develop. He just walking and moving. Too bad there ain't 10 of you. Then I'd show you what I do. I could cheat on 5 of you and be faithful to you. That's a funny line. That's a good one. That's a good one. You gotta beat the clock. Listen, he is on the run. He's on the run with this one so much that he has 2 flat feet. That's for sure. Oh, I got a Wikipedia article for this particular track. Let's pull that back up. All right, it was released as the 4th single from this album, peaking at number 10 in '79 and spent 6 weeks on the UK singles chart. It was their 3rd and final top 10 single in the UK. During the late 70s, he was one of the premier producers, Mr. Moroder. His working relationship grew from Sparks' appreciation of Donna Summer's I Feel Love. Let's see. The 12-inch remix was the first of the group's extended remixes. It utilized the drum pattern from the song's midsection, which is the best part, and added a new keyboard melody line during the chorus. The long version, it was dubbed and was edited to 3.5 minutes and released as a B-side, and it goes on and it goes on and goes on here. The song was subsequently reworked for their 17th album, Plagiarism, and which I suppose if this whole album is a reworking of previous material, it makes very much more sense. It goes on from there. As we mentioned, 10 of the UK singles chart, Belgium number 10 as well, and Netherlands 16. I'm just curious, is this what it is? It's a tribute album of sorts featuring new alternate versions of some of their best known songs. It was the duo's first collaboration with Tony Visconti. Ooh, since their album Indiscreet. So it really is them going back, and that's, man, I gotta say it. Out of many, many things, they are a very creative band. I will 100% say that. Let's move on to the next track, My Other Voice. I like when you use these symbols backwards and such. That rhythm fade in again. Kind of bubbly, spacey sound. Sounds kind of glamorous in its own way. There's your vocoder entering again. Doesn't this sound so glamorous and like Hollywood? Like that kind of sound?
You're so independent, but that's gonna change real soon. With my other voice, I can destroy this room. I'll wrap my voice around you and I'll drag you everywhere. My other voice.
That note right there, that's chord change. It's so Hollywood. This would also definitely be one of my favorite tracks on the album. It seems like this one is a little bit more in the soft experimentation department, not too far, but a little bit. Kind of pulls back the energy, but inserts a lot of like kind of complexity in many ways. We once again get the rhythm that comes in softly in this nice fade in. But the way that the instruments line themselves up here, it definitely has more of a cohesive theme to it. The sound in here, especially once everyone gets going, really reminds me of, like, I guess, golden age Hollywood era. And there's something about the sound of it that's luxurious, and it just sounds elegant and like golden. And then I don't know why. I'm sure there's an actual reason why, but one of the chord changes in here, one of the progressions is really, really reminding me of, like, hear me out. When I would watch like old cartoons, oh man, I always forget. Not Hanna-Barbera. Oh, what's the other one? Not Looney Tunes. I'm thinking like older. They used to make parodies of like Hollywood stars and stuff like that. Oh, I'm forgetting now. I'll see if I can find a clip and someone can help me out, or I can find it myself. But it's reminding me of like that era of like Hollywood, and I think that the chords even are kind of reminding me a little bit of perhaps some sort of music that was played during that time, and that in some capacity they're being inspired from here and kind of doing a similar thing. Kind of like how, with kind of like, I guess, with Academy Award performance, like, obviously lyrically it had more of a Hollywood actress kind of theme. But this one's giving it that same thing, except in a musical style. I love the vocoder use in here as well. I'm going to try to look for these cartoons while I'm speaking. I love that vocoder use in here. And like, it just had a little bit of everything. I really loved the rhythm of it. It was fun and bouncy, and yet it all did so in like a really beautiful dress. All right, so here's like the cartoons I'm thinking of. Let me turn it on. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but at least just so you kind of know. Like remember these cartoons?
The Hill Climber Special.
What studio? Metro Goldwyn Mayer. Maybe there's another cartoon. There's one where it has a bunch of old Hollywood stars that are like before my time. Hollywood celebrities cartoon. It's an old one. Yes! This is what I'm looking for. Who made this? It's loading. Warner Brothers? No, it was more than that. Do you guys remember this? Man, when I used to watch Cartoon Network, this was like the show, man. Like, I know it's parodying a bunch of actors and actresses. I don't know who this is, but when I was a kid, I used to love this.
What a place, what a place. Why, it's as pretty as a picture. But if
Tarzan.
Good evening, Mr. Wisemola.
you mugs, this job is plenty.
I used to watch this all the time. I used to love watching that. Anyways, it's reminding me of like that era, this kind of cartoon-ish kind of style. You know what I'm talking about. you know what I'm trying to get to here. Anyways, let's look at the lyrics. Listen to my other voice, listen to my other voice, my voice. You're so independent, but that's going to change real soon. With my other voice, I can destroy this room. I'll wrap my voice around you and I'll drag you everywhere, my other voice. You think you're romantic? Well, I'll whisper in your ear. I'll be all you'll hear for years and years and years. You may be deaf to everything. You won't be deaf to me, my other voice. So what do you think he's talking about? Let's look at some of the information here. It says it clearly evokes a fantasy of higher power. Like element, the synths are intricately layered and give this magical, otherworldly feeling. This is all intertwined with the unusual lyrics and robotic lyrics in the last verse that present a removal from reality. I mean, it could just be like controlling and manipulative, with the vocoder representing that. I feel like there's more. Kind of like Academy Award. I feel like there's more to it. Protagonist clearly wants this woman to be completely devoted to him, become obsessed with him like he is with her. But this can only happen with his other voice. Like he's acting like somebody else in order to attract her. Someone that more than he is, or someone else than he is. Putting on airs, so to speak. Something like that. Something. Let's move on to the next track, the final track, the title track. All three in one, number one, or the number one heaven. The number one heaven in song. The number one song in heaven. What could it be? Who knew heaven was a place on earth? I like the use of choirs and chants to evoke something heavenly. Vocal pads. I like how they sing so softly. How thick that synth is. So heavy. Those voices being back. Fade out into some ambience. Ooh, they kicked it up. They kicked it up. they went all out. Going somewhere. I guess we're going up to heaven. Oh man, that's catchy too. Gotta get your laws in there. And the angels remove their AirPods. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Number one in heaven. Sparks full album reaction. And the title track of the album pretty much summarizes, finalizes, and just puts everything out there, everything that they've built up to, and end it with the longest song on the album, but definitely the most, in its own way, progressive out of what they've done. I like that false ending in the middle. They come down back into that ambience, and then they rip it even harder, faster, stronger, better than they had before. And I really like that almost re-energized recreation upon themselves. You know, a little bit of the snake upon its own tail, and when the snake comes back around, it's a little bit more full because it's eating itself. And I like how they do that, you know, here in this track. You know, the first part, mid-pace, nice energy, but man, after it does that, it comes back more full, thicker. The drums are much more rambunctious. I love the vocal rise. Like, I love that. And then, of course, the way it breaks it back down after that, the way they just drop us off of this descent and then ride that rhythm all the way around. It's just really, really fun. And I think that this definitely lives up to being worthy, for lack of a better word, of being called the title track. I always say that, but the title track is that like heart many times of the meaning of the album, perhaps of the artist and the band, and what they're really reaching for and trying to accomplish with their message, their themes, their music. And I think that this track does a really wonderful job of doing all that and bringing everything together in just a really nicely wrapped package with a pretty bow on top. Let's look at this, the info here. This is the number one song in heaven, written, of course, by the mightiest hand. All of the angels are sheep in the fold of their master. They always follow the master and his plan. This is the number one song in heaven. Why are you hearing it now, you ask? Well, maybe you're closer to hear it than you imagine. Maybe you're closer here than you care to be. Maybe you're closer to here than you care to be. Maybe we're already dead. It's number one all over heaven. East, west, north, south, all of heaven. If you should die before you wake, if you should die while crossing the street, the song that you'll hear, I guarantee, it's the number one song in all of heaven. Hey, this is a cool jam. Well, who's playing this? What band is this? This is Gabriel and the Boys. The one that's all the rage up here in the clouds, loud as a crowd or soft as a doubt. Lyrically weak, but the music's the thing. The writing is all right. The lyrics are a little but the music, man, that's good. That's good stuff. Gabriel plays it. God, how he plays it. Of course, the double entendre there. Let's hear him play it. The song filters down through the clouds. It reaches the earth, the winds all around. And then it breaks up in a million of ways. It goes, la, 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 and it goes on. Oh, in cars, it becomes a hit. I feel like that's a double entendre. Cars, hit, accidents. And in your homes, it becomes advertisement. And in the streets, it becomes children singing. Oh, la, la, la. It's just the song of everyone and everything. And if you're hearing it, let's see. The song's produced, obviously, of Moroder. It became a top 20 hit in the UK, where it peaked at number 14. Sparks re-recorded the song in 97, one version of which featured vocals by Scottish singer Jimmy Somerville, of Bronski beats in the Communards and orchestrations by Tony Visconti. That version reached number 70 in the UK. It was slightly more successful on the Billboard dance chart in the US, where it became a top 30 hit. And on it goes from there. 85 in Australia, 14 UK, 5 in Ireland. This is, like I said, a completely unique album amongst the tracks that I've heard from the band. And short, but like I said, very economical, deep quality on the pockets of this track or of this album. Before we go into the favorite tracks, let's read a little bit more about this one. Let's see. In 73, Sparks had decamped from the US to the UK, resulting in a change of lineup upon hiring English musicians to fill the roles of guitar, bass, and drums. Consequently, they enjoyed their first period of success wherein their singles and albums sold really well. Initially, they had returned to work with early Sparks member Earl Menke. Eventually, they returned to Rupert Holmes and recorded the heavier, more produced big beats. Although the album employed a more American sound, it did little business in the US or the UK. By 78, the Mail brothers found themselves at a crossroads, not words. They weren't doing puzzles in the local newspaper. They had tired of the rock band format and were determined to take their music in a more electronic direction. They expressed admiration for Giorgio Moroder to a German journalist who turned out to be a friend of his. And that's who they teamed up with, obviously. The group dropped the standard guitar, bass, and piano, and the new sound was dominated by layered sequencers and synthesizers. Mail's distinctive falsettos overlaid in a number of various overdubs and such. Musically, the sound of the album matched that of Moroder's trademark sound. We already know all that. There's your reception and such. And it goes on from there. I think that this is a really fantastic album and a quick, short, pleasurable one to listen to as well. Favorite tracks for me? My favorites, very much easily Academy Award performance and My Other Voice. Those two are my top two tracks on here. Academy Award, just that chorus, man. Just for that chorus, it gets major points. And I love the whole feel of Other Voice. Those would be my two favorites. My least favorite, Beat the Clock. That's easy to... That's not even much of a thought on that one. Let me know what you guys thought, of course, of the album in the comments down below. I appreciate you watching, and I appreciate that you pressed the like button in the beginning. Oh, you forgot? That's okay. You got time now. The Buy Me a Coffee is there if you'd like to sponsor a song request. That helps a great deal if you'd like to jump the line. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for spending some time with me. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Bye, guys.